he is a true democrat.
We gave His Holiness the Democracy Service Medal in 2010. You received it last year. And maybe you could just say a word about his commitment to
His
democracy.
Holiness, when he was 19, 20 years old, he had been to China, met with Mao, Zhou Enlai, and all leaders of those times, and he saw how China functioned. Even though everything looked very orderly, people didn't have the freedom to speak. And then 56, 57, His Holiness was in India. It was nascent democracy in India. It was very chaotic in the parliament, but everybody had the freedom to speak. So when he came into exile in 1959, not even 1 year after coming into exile, under very difficult circumstances, resettling Tibetans, 85,000 Tibetan refugees into India and Nepal and Bhutan, he adopted democracy, and he is a true democrat. And he is a visionary leader. So 5 years down the line, now I'm a very ordinary person. So I can be in this position because of His Holiness' vision. So His Holiness was preparing us. He knows that he won't live forever. So if it takes very long for the Tibetan struggle, then we should be able to take up our responsibilities. And today we are in a position, after 65 years, that we have democracy in exile. We have our parliament, we have our Supreme Justice Commission, we have our cabinet with 7 departments, we have our election commission, our public service commission, auditor general's office, and we conduct election in one day all over the world in more than 30 different countries. That is how we get elected into the Sikyong's position, or the political leader, or the parliament with 45 members, and one of our parliamentarians is also here. So we are the only exiled government with a fully functional democratic polity. And that is because of His Holiness' vision.
It's an extraordinary accomplishment. I can remember, by the way, when I started at NED and I was beginning to introduce some requests for proposals for Tibet. And one of the board members said, Tibet is a theocracy. It's not a democracy. But His Holiness didn't accept that idea.
He had been devolving as people progress, because when we talk about democracy in other countries, it's always you have to fight for democracy with bloodshed and, all that. But His Holiness has been empowering us all the time as he sees that we are getting prepared more and more. Every 10 years, he has been devolving his powers. And 2011, he said, I'm going to devolve all my political and administrative responsibilities, now which is in the hand of the democratic elected leadership.
His Holiness is truly one of the great figures in the world today, and we